Hey everyone, Codex here. I hope you're doing amazing. So today what we're gonna do is take a look at Elrond's native token Egld, and we'll be covering some news about the project as well as the current price action, and we'll also elaborate on what we should be expecting from it in the following weeks. So the last few days have been pretty good for Elrond in terms of news. We've got listed on Kraken, we now have the EGLD USD pair in there as well as the EGLD to Euro, and in my opinion Kraken is one of the best exchanges out there. It might not be as big as Binance, FTX or Coinbase in terms of volume, but it's surely one of the best exchanges out there, especially when it comes to the liquidity. So that's a decent step forward that we had to mention. What's more exciting to me now is the Maya Launchpad. There will be new DEX features, apparently a full NFT marketplace, and we will soon see how this Launchpad startup will look like. And I think that these are the main factors explaining how Egld managed to push from that $38 support that we discussed in here to 64 bucks. Now, if we take a look at our price, we can see that EGLD managed to hold that support, and I'm pretty sure that I said that I don't think that we will go below $38 now, and so far so good. Now, on the short term, we have a clear uptrend, we have a bullish momentum, and we are already up a modest 65% from June's bottom so far. I would even say that this continuing now until the snapshot really begins is what will most likely happen. But you all know me, I don't participate in these things. I didn't jump in the meta bonding phase. I also didn't get in the right token launch. I knew in advance that it will be a mess, and I'm not throwing myself in the hype this time either. I'm in no way saying that you shouldn't. You can do that if you want. I mean, this is still a great opportunity to make that extra 15 to 20%. However, I like keeping my foot on earth because I believe that those who jump in too late into these things are the ones that will get hurt. I think that these snapshots are the kind of get in early, get out early thing, because we all know what happens afterwards. Now, if we take a look at the Phoenix Ascending indicator on the daily time frame to discuss the current momentum, we can see that the red line is already up above the mid yellow line. And that happened yesterday, by the way, when Egld was sitting at about $50 US. And that's a bullish signal. I always say that when the red RSI, when this red line goes up, we have a bullish signal. And when it goes down and it goes below this mid-yellow line, which is the level of 50, we have a bearish momentum. However, I always insist on the fact that the blue line, which is the blue LSMA, should follow it, because if the blue LSMA is still low when the red line is going up, then that means that the sell orders are still piling in at a very fast rate. And that's what's currently happening, by the way. So again, we have an upward pressure that got triggered yesterday. Since then, we are up 20%, which is very decent. However, as the blue line isn't up high yet, the moment the red line starts curving down, the price will fall again. Let me show you what I mean. If we go back to last year, if we go back to May of 2021, we can see that the price in here was doing quite well when the red line went above the level of 50. But since the blue LSMA, since the blue line was below the level of 50, we couldn't sustain the upward pressure. And as soon as the red RSI curved down, the price totally collapsed. So I personally want to see Elrond perform very well. I mean, I hold it, so why wouldn't I want that? And we did in fact get a signal yesterday at 50 to 51 USD. However, I remain cautious. I'm not saying we'll crash now. All I'm saying is that I'm personally cautious as the blue line is still very low. Plus, we are still in that hype phase. Long term, I'm not even gonna bother talking about that because you probably know my answer. I've been bearish for 7 to 8 months now, and I still am. Could we see something like this? Absolutely. However, that doesn't change things in the scheme of things, because macro scale, we are still down about 88% from the peak. So things still look pretty much bad. We are still below the 50 weeks MA2. We are still below the bull market support bands. And so it just doesn't make sense for me to scream bullish now. However, as I said, we are in that hype phase, and so things have been pretty better lately, on the short term, of course. Now, when it comes to that question related to the bottom, I honestly think that the bottom should be somewhere in here, between these two accumulation areas. I know it's not a small range, but it's much better than those who have been calling every drop the bottom since we were at 500 bucks. Could we come back in here? Yes. Now, it's pretty much hard to tell because we've got some decent news, and this is pretty much Egld. It pegs you in the ass for 4 months straight, and then it just does a 2x out of nowhere when some decent news come out before continuing being a pain in the ass. And that's pretty much it. We are in a bear market, and so we can't expect much from EGLD when Bitcoin is literally sliding down to. I'm honestly very thrilled to see 2 weekly red candles in a row after that horrible 11 red candle streak. I think it's good that we are out of that mess. Anyhow, as I said, I'm still very skeptical that this drop is over. But as you always say, when it's shining and when it's sunny and when the market is decent and it's giving it to you, then simply take it. Don't try to complicate things. If the market wants to fill your pocket for a week or two, then simply take it, even if you know that the pain isn't over yet, and even if you know that the pain will continue. So that was about it, guys. This is my opinion on Elrond and on the market condition now. Thanks again for sticking by till the end. Have a nice day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.